Hi, fourth grade. Mrs. Tamita here. This week we are going to continue talking about symmetry. So last week we can think back and remember that symmetry just means that two sides of one thing are the same. So there is something called an axis or a line of symmetry that we use to divide things in half. And if these things are the same on both sides, then they are called symmetrical. These symmetrical things could be as simple as just like a circle or a square, or as detailed and intricate as a butterfly. And this week, what we're going to talk about is the fact that symmetry happens naturally. So we found some objects around our homes last week that were symmetrical, like maybe a water bottle or a book or something like that. But symmetry isn't always man-made. Symmetry happens naturally, like it can be found in a maple leaf. Even you are symmetrical. Your hands can line up perfectly. You have two eyes and two ears and two nostrils on each side of you, two hands, two arms, two legs that line up. And you can also see it in things like crabs and really any kind of animal. This week, though, we are going to be focusing on bugs. So bugs can be really fun to draw, and they're a really great way to practice symmetry. This is my example right in the middle, and you'll see all these different ideas on either side. You can use some of those ideas for your own drawing as well. So here are your instructions. You are going to use your sketchbook to draw your bug, and you're going to draw as large as you can, and use the ideas from this slide if you need to. But don't color it this week. All we're going to do is draw with pencil and then upload your picture to Google Classroom. The reason why we're using pencil is so if you mess up, you can erase. And as usual, it's okay if it's not perfect, but do try to keep everything as symmetrical as you can. So I'm just going to start by showing you some basics about how to draw a bug. One of the first things you'll need to know is that there are three main parts of a bug. There's the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The head, of course, is at the top of the body, just like ours is. The thorax is like a midsection, and that is where, if they have wings or legs, they would all be attached to that spot. And the abdomen is the bottom section of a bug, where most of their organs are stored. So when I'm drawing any bug, I always start with the head, which here I just did a semicircle. And then I added almost like a triangular shape for my thorax and a round U shape for the abdomen. Then I added some pinchers and some legs. And I went ahead and added a lot more details as well. And not every bug comes in all the same shapes, sizes, or proportions. Different bugs are going to have different details and different shapes. Here I am drawing a bee, but I still started with the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. I went ahead and added wings, legs, and antennas. And then I went ahead and added my details as well. A couple of other ones that you might be interested to see drawn are a dragonfly and a butterfly. I'm going to start with the head, thorax, and abdomen just like before, but they're just slightly different shapes. Then I added a couple of wings for my dragonfly. Next, I'll draw a butterfly. The same thing, a head, a thorax, and abdomen. And the wings, remember, they're symmetrical. So I start with a couple symmetrical lines, and then a couple of curved shapes. And I like to do both the top wings first, so they're symmetrical, and then the bottom wings together. Then I add details. And here is the bug drawing I made for my example. I just started with pencil, and as you can see, I didn't just stop at the outline. I went ahead and added different shapes and details and just fun symmetrical designs inside all the areas of my bug that I could. I also didn't leave the legs as just little stick legs. It always looks a lot more interesting if you can give some real dimension to your legs by making them real whole shapes instead of just lines. Have fun, everybody!